Josh Allen, 44 touchdowns in his Wyoming Cowboy career.
It's funny, guys, because it takes about 2 throws just to see a difference in arm talent. It jumps out of his hands.
I can't remember a time when a quarterback has done a better job in the offseason. Now, that's from when he got to the Senior Bowl, the performance that he had there. He was the talk of the Combine. This is one of the better pro day throwing sessions you're ever going to see. So he won the offseason. The challenge is you got to go back to the regular season at some point in time, and you decide whether or not you're comfortable with what you saw there. I definitely think the progress is there. I still think, Bucky, there's time that's needed. I told Bucky, I said, when you see him live, it is scouting narcotics.
And unlike most of the other quarterbacks in this draft class, Josh Allen used to be an under center. Keep in mind, his head coach, Craig Bohl, used to be the head coach at North Dakota State, and he recruited Carson Wentz there. So his footwork is fairly clean under center. What he's been working on is not overstriding, coming off that 5-step and some of the other 5 with a hitch throws that he has to make. He's a big strider, and that's a big issue with his accuracy.
You mentioned being under center, Mike. He was under center 35.2% of the snaps this year. The previous year was 53.6%, whereas Sam Darnold this year was 4.2%. So this is a lot more experience he has under center.
So having the experience that he's had at Wyoming certainly should play in his favor.
As good as any quarterback in this draft, if not better. They said he's outstanding up at the board. He understands pass protections. And keep in mind, Carson Wentz did also. You're under center. You're controlling the game from under. There's a good throw on a skinny post right there with his back to the defense. That's a big arm throw right there and a good location. From a physical talent perspective, and remember, I had Carson Wentz as the #1 player in that draft, so I loved Carson Wentz. But from a pure physical talent perspective, this kid is a better athlete with more arm talent. That doesn't mean he's going to be a better quarterback.
Right.
But as a piece of clay to mold, this is pretty special. That had a flame coming out the back of it.
Oh, goodness.
Jeez.
Unraveled a little bit, but yeah, you can still see a little smoke.
His arm talent has never been in question. It's always been about his ability to layer balls, to feather, to show touch. If you can ever master that skill to go to what he has in terms of pushing it, pretty good player.
I mean, is there anybody like it?
He might step into the league and have the strongest arm.
Stafford's probably pretty close.
You can't make a better throw. You can't make a better throw than that right there, guys.
Every game I watch with Josh, I see things that get me excited, and then I see things that frustrate me. You know, and he'll miss some layups, some easy throws, and they're not easy misses. I mean, they're big misses. Like, he'll miss by a good bit. So there's still things that he needs to work through. I don't doubt his talent. I think he's the one guy in this group, though, that needs time.
And he's been the star of the offseason, as you talked about it. Coaches now see him, and they can envision building an offense around his talent. And so in the meeting rooms, when you have scouts who maybe point out all his flaws, the coaches are like, yeah, I see that, but I also see how if we had him, this is how we would play. This is the offense that we would run. This is how this guy could elevate our team. And so he has a lot of momentum building in the right direction. It's going to be tough. I don't know where he goes, but he's going much higher than what his tape suggested he should go.